Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, hi, hello. My name is Lauren. Today's video, we are talking about TikTok Shop and what you need to know about it in case you want to maybe, I don't know, try it out for yourself and your small business. So let's talk about it. First thing you need to know, TikTok Shop is still very new. There are going to be problems. There are going to be things that don't work. TikTok Shop is still adjusting. They're still growing. They honestly are growing a little bit too big for their britches right now, as I would say. They're growing a little faster than they can keep up with. And while that might be great for them, it is not so great for us small businesses on the other side who are trying to run and grow our businesses as well, because lots of problems and things occur. They have lots of things that just don't make sense to all of us, and we're just not sure why they've chosen to do that. And we'll talk about some of them in today's video, but you need to keep that in mind if you are going to start selling on TikTok Shop, because yes, it can be very annoying and very frustrating, and you've got to have a lot of patience. Something about TikTok Shop that a lot of small businesses don't understand that I want to explain first is the discounts and the sales. So you might have seen like a TikTok Shop go and say, oh, you can get our sweatshirt for a cent or 1 penny today, or you can get free shipping, etc. And you're thinking, well, how are they offering their product at such a crazy low price like that? That does not make any sense. It's actually TikTok Shop who is offering that discount or that free shipping. It is not the business. So the business is still making all of their money from their sales, and TikTok Shop is eating that cost of the discount or the free shipping. So that's why a lot of people like to shop on TikTok Shop right now, because they're getting these crazy insane deals that TikTok is running. This is probably not going to last forever, so I would try and capitalize on it now while you still can, because they're not going to keep offering these discounts for forever. Like, this kind of stuff is going to die down. They're doing this right now so that they can bring in a lot of people, get people used to shopping on the platform, draw a lot of attention around it, and those kinds of things. Capitalize on it while you can, but note that you as a small business will still get to keep all of your money from those sales. TikTok Shop is eating all those costs. So I know that's a big concern that people are really confused about. The next thing you need to know is their whole shipping policy. Ooh, y'all, let me tell you about this, okay? I had one of my videos go viral.
Literally just now, while we've been vlogging the past 7 minutes, we've had 5 new orders come in.
And it basically, I made like the max number of sales you can make in a day, and it was the most stressful thing in the entire world. And let me tell you why. Because TikTok Shop requires that you ship out your product within 3 business days. Now let's talk about what that means, because it is not like Etsy, where once you print out that label, it's marked that order as done, shipped, you're good to go, like you've cleared their system. No. TikTok Shop says this package needs to be in the hands of the post office, and they need to have marked it as in transit. That means that even if you are dropping it in the little post office box, no one has scanned that and it has not been marked as moving in the post office system, it's not going to count, and they're going to get mad about it, okay? Now, you're going to need to really read in the details on this and what happens after, because y'all, I still don't understand. They change these things day to day, and you need to be able to keep up with them. And honestly, just read their updates when they come out with them, because literally anything that I say right now in this video could change, because they're constantly updating their policy on this type of thing. But what you need to know about this, honestly, I would give yourself 2 business days max, because then if you give yourself 2 business days, you get that into the mail, then you've got a whole business day for the post office system to start tracking with your tracking code. And that's going to make it a lot more safe for you. You're going to have a lot less issues. I know there are a lot of shops out there that have not met this time frame TikTok Shop requires, and they've lost a lot of money because they automatically refund customers and then they take it out of your pocket, and that's not good. So there's been a lot of people who have been really mad and upset about that. So be very cautious and make sure that you are meeting those deadlines properly, because nobody wants to lose money, and that's a big thing. The next thing we need to know about TikTok Shop is you cannot sell copyright things on there, y'all. There was just this huge old blow up of a bunch of shops getting shut down because they were listing things like the Grinch or Disney in their shop and using those titles in their product. I've seen lots of people get away with selling things like Grinch and Disney just by not naming it in their titles, but I still wouldn't recommend doing that because it's not legal, okay? You can get in big trouble for that, and you can lose a lot of money. There were a lot of shops recently who have thousands of dollars on hold from TikTok Shop because they were selling these types of items. So please do not be selling those things. You need to be selling your own products, and you can't use words like dupe and all that as well. sell because they don't like it and you're not supposed to be doing it anyways. So stay away from that so you don't lose your money and you don't lose your shop. The next thing you know is a little bit about the payout schedule. So this is another reason a lot of shops don't like to sell on TikTok Shop, and it's actually one of the reasons I didn't sell on it for so long, is their payout schedule. Now originally it was that you would get paid 15 days after your product was delivered. So you've got the 3 business days that you're potentially taking to get it out and shipped, and then you've got maybe 3 to 5 business days that it takes to ship, and then you got 15 days on top of that before you ever see the money from that one order. A lot of people didn't like that, and I personally don't like that either. However, I believe for everyone, I know it's on mine right now, probably for everybody, at least from what I've seen on the little pop-up notification, is that it has moved from 15 days to 8 days. So you still have to deliver it, and then 8 days after that you get your payout, which is better, not best, but it is still a long wait time to receive your funds. So you need to keep that in mind when you are making or selling your product, because if you are doing things made to order and you need to recoup those funds in order to keep it going, you do not want to put yourself in a pickle where you don't have any money to be able to keep running your business or to pay yourself and pay your bills, etc. Keep that in mind. You can see all of this stuff under your finance section in the TikTok Shop, so you can actually go under there and see what your payout schedule is. I know after you basically like meet a couple of their requirements, like you sell a certain amount or like don't do any cancellations and things like that, they eventually bump you up to faster payout time. Once you kind of get to there, it's a lot better, but before then you need to keep that in mind. What I have gained the most from opening up my TikTok Shop is that made to order things are very tough to do on there. Things that are in stock and in inventory in your business are the best to sell. So if you have a bunch of product that you don't make and you're selling, you have inventory of in stock in hand, that is the best type of thing to sell on there. Going ahead and batching and prepping a lot of inventory before you put it onto the shop would be your best bet. I would not recommend doing made to order things on there unless you know how quickly you really can make them and you feel like you have enough time yourself or enough people in your business to help you do that. If you don't have that, keep that in mind, because the best way to go is honestly just to have the inventory, in my personal opinion. It saves you a lot of headache and it will prevent a lot of issues down the road. Lastly, what I would tell you too about selling on TikTok Shop is that when you have issues, their live agent chat system help. It's bad, y'all. It is so bad. It is so bad. It is really, really hard to get a hold of people, real people, not just bots or chat things or whatever. It is incredibly difficult to get a hold of them. So you're gonna have to either be really patient or try and figure out as much as you can on your own, because y'all, it is rough. It is rough out here with TikTok Shop. I'm telling you right now, trying to get a hold of support and people like that is still very, very difficult. And I think they just get really overwhelmed with the amount of people reaching out that they just don't have the people to do that. So they have to have things like chats and bots to be able to do stuff. But oftentimes they don't answer the questions and they just end up making you a ticket for your problem and submitting the ticket. Keep that in mind too. That is kind of just one of the downsides to selling on TikTok Shop right now, is that there's just not that support there and there's just not that quality build of the platform to sell on yet. There's lots of pros, there's lots of cons. Pros is that it seems to be making people a lot of money, and I've had great experiences with it thus far, making a lot of money as well. Cons is that it still has a lot of growth. It needs a lot of work. There are not a lot of systems yet put into place to grow TikTok Shop and to run things properly. And these are, again, pros and cons that you need to weigh as a small business owner before you make that decision on whether or not you want to sell on TikTok Shop. Question of the day for you guys: what questions do you have for me about TikTok Shop? I would love to do a follow-up video after this one answering all of your questions. Right here on the screen for you guys, I'm going to link another video I think you'll find helpful, as well as an entire playlist full of business related tips and tricks. And lastly, you're going to find my subscribe button down here where you guys can subscribe to this channel and stick around for new videos. And without further ado, guys, that brings us to the end. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.